channel today. So today we want to analyze boom 600 index. So we just want to use divergence, trend lines, and also using the three phases of a market, right? So we are here at the daily time frame. We want to see what is happening here. So the market was just consolidating here. You can see you can actually see that there was a lot of consolidation happening around this point here. Around this point there was this consolidation, and market went up to this particular position and started to trend down. So we can actually see a similar trend at this particular position here. You can see that the market is actually it actually consolidated, or we can call it a construction. Market was just consolidating and having respecting this kind of trend line. So we can see that the buyers actually entered some positions here and managed to find some positions for some profit at this particular point. But you can actually find out that this is the first phase of the market. The market was just consolidating, or we can call it an accumulation of the market at a daily time frame. You can see that the market actually managed to take out all the buyers who were actually in this particular position here. And what happened here? You find out that the market actually came down and took all the buyers which were having position this particular point here. And also you can actually find out that we are having a downward trend here, and the market is actually respecting this trend line here. So we can find that you can actually see that if you just draw a rectangle at this particular point here, you can see that we are actually consolidating, and we are still in a form of consolidation in a daily time frame. We are not moving anywhere, we're just in this kind of box here. This is the box that we are in. We are consolidating. Since we hit this particular wave, the mini consolidation came down, and actually have to respect this high and also have to respect this low, and we're actually in a more like a bullish trend in a lower time frame, right, in this particular position. So that is what we have. So we also have to continue to actually we are going to illustrate also using divergence here. We can find out that these are RSI with actually our period 14 here. We can see that this particular point we are actually almost level with this particular point, but if you take our RSI here and take our trend line in this particular position here, you can find out that the market was actually not yet reached this particular position here, and here you can find out that this market was actually at a lower time frame. This was lower and this one was higher, and we have a divergence. We have a bullish divergence particular point. Having a bullish divergence approaching a certain point, you can find out that the market was actually getting weaker as it was coming at this particular point, which is actually signifying that there is actually a form of resistance at this particular point here, which is going to maybe cause a reversal because of this divergence. That's where we are actually illustrating using divergence, that if a market is reaching a particular point and you're having this low not yet taken, or maybe you have this low having a higher at this particular point here, we have a higher low at this particular point, it actually illustrates that this low here is actually strong, and it is actually in a position, it can actually cause a reversal of the market here. That's why we find out that if we actually have a bullish a bearish sentiment here, could have been taken out here, because the market here using the RSI, the divergence, we can find out that we had a higher low here, which is signifying that this resistance level here is much stronger and is likely to cause the price to reverse. That's at the point that we have to take here. So we have to consider that we are still in a consolidation, and the market is actually having passed this period and taken out these lows, and actually having another consolidation here. If we go at lower prime frame, we can add that there's another consolidation here. So we can go to a 4-hour time frame here to actually illustrate what I was talking about. So the market was also having this bigger box here. Let me just put another color. Let me put in a black color here. We can find that we have this our bigger box in a daily time frame. We also have in our 4-hour time frame. Knowing that we're in a consolidation, we also have our lower time frame here, which is our 4-hour time frame. We can see that we are in a consolidation here. The market actually came down and take the low, which is actually at this particular point here, and started to go up, came back into consolidation, took this loss, and it is actually out of this consolidation. But we can also know that this was the consolidation